Hi, I'm Stephen Hann from Archery Supplies. I'm here to do a review on the Mathews TRG7. This is new for 2015. It's the 25th of January and this bow came in 2 days ago. So it's brand new, hot off the shelf from Mathews. Now, start off with, this is the most expensive bow ever made. So when you go to sell this bow, and when you go to buy a bow, you've got to realise this is it. This is top end stuff. Now for me, when something's top end and when I sell stuff, it's all about price and having a good value product for the consumer. Now for a target bow, if you're practicing, and to shoot this bow, you want to be practicing everyday archery. You want to be shooting major tournaments. You want to be travelling to tournaments, and that costs a lot of money. Now other target bows sell for maybe even half this price, for the price on this. In America, this bow retails for about $1,800. In Australia, it's going to be somewhere around the $2,000, and it should be more dollars. Comparative, when I say comparative, because there is really nothing to compare this to, but other target bows by other manufacturers can be down to the $800 mark, $1,000, $1,300, $1,400, $1,500. So at $2,000, this is far exceeds what other bows cost. So why is it expensive, and is it worth the money? That's the question. Is it going to make you shoot better? Now I said when the Mathews HTR came out, if Mathews shooters, their pro shooters, can win with this bow, the TRG7, then basically this thing will take off. Now, it's only just new out, so we haven't seen that. But I can tell you, I'm just here to tell you a bit about the bow. The TRG7 means an 8-inch brace height, so distance from there to there. This bow is 38 inches from there to there. It features the new Mathews single cam, no cam, sorry. So you have no idler. You have rock mods, top and bottom, which allows draw length to be adjusted from 27.5 to I think 31.5 inches, and it allows you to adjust let off. It features 2 harmonic dampeners. It's a fully machined riser, so you've got this bridge work there and down the bottom. On other bow reviews I've done, I've mentioned about lower stabilizer position, so your major stabilizer is there. You can even fit one lower if you want a lower position. And you have a very low position for your rear mount stabilizer down the bottom there. So to me, this kind of, it meets everything you need for a top target bow. As with most Mathews bows, it's got the little things up the top here to fit in a last chance bow press. The limbs are past parallel, so you're not going to get any shock with this bow. It's got nice, this is all machined into the limb pockets. It's all machined. There's no plastic here. The finish is honestly, you can't fault it. It's got a roller cable guard on the back. It's a metal grip with a wood inlay of Mathews on the side. It's a very, very nice bow. And this is going to be a very nice bow to shoot. Now, before I just jump into a few other points, I want to look at the other Mathews target bow for this year. Now this is the Conquest 4. It's being used by Mathews pro shooters to win. This bow has won more prize money than all the rest put together, all the rest of the bows produced. Now this bow is going to retail about $1,200. This one's going to be about $2,000. So this has got to be a lot better. I think the speeds are about the same. They're both about 311 feet per second. You'll notice the position on the limbs. The TRG is parallel, so you can get less shock than the Conquest 4. This is a single cam with, it's not adjustable. Well, it's got 1 inch of adjustment down the bottom in draw length. This is fully adjustable. But with this bow, you've got a lot more technology. The no cam is a lot smoother to draw. There's going to be a lot less shock with this bow when you shoot it. Now I've sold a few of the HTRs and customers love them. And when I did my first review on the HTR, I said, I'm not sure where this bow fits in, and I'm really looking forward to the TRG to come out. Now I completely understand where this bow comes into the category. It's smooth to draw, there's no shock when you shoot it, easy to tune. It's a perfect target bow. Is it worth $2,000? It depends on how much you shoot, and it depends how much it improves your score. For me, if I was going to shoot target, and I do shoot target, but if I was going to shoot target competitively, I would be aiming to shoot world competitions and state tournaments. I would definitely try this bow out and shoot some scores with it and see how it goes. Because I think it has got the potential to improve your scores by a margin. Because on other bows, this has got new technology. It's smoother. The new cam system, you're not going to have any cam lean. You're not going to have cams out of time, which cause erratic knock flight. And in fact, the HTRs I've sold, the customers have said exactly that. The bow paper tuned straight out of the box. It's the easiest bow to shoot. So this is a bow, despite its price tag, I would shoot for target. Now saying that, this bow is 5.4 pounds in weight. Now the bow I currently shoot for target is the PSE Dominator. Now the Dominator is very popular. It shoots 330 feet per second. It's got hybrid cams, so it's got a yoke at the top and a cam down the bottom. It's got the bridge riser, and I like the Supra. I actually probably prefer the Supra to the Dominator, but I've shot the Dominator for ages and I really like it as a bow, and I shoot quite well with it. This is about 4.7 pounds. This is 5.4, so about an extra 0.7 of a pound heavier is the TRG than the Dominator. Now 0.7, if you're a big guy, may not be a problem because you probably stack heaps of weight on your bow anyway. But for me, I had a shoulder problem, and in fact the Dominator hurt my shoulder, and I had to drop to a very light bow, about a 3.5 pound. So when you're looking at the TRG, make sure your body can actually handle the extra weight. Now the balance on the TRG, I'm just going to hold this up, is perfect. So it's perfectly balanced in your hand. It doesn't want to move in any direction. It's perfect. Now what that means, when you add your 30-inch stabilizer to the end of the bow, the stabilizers, the weight's going to want to push this bow forward. So you're going to need a rear stabilizer to balance that up. Because your front stabilizer is 30 inches long, you're going to need to add more weight to the back. Now this is going to add more weight to the bow. So just bear that in mind. It's not a down point of this bow like this bow. It's just, you've got to bear in mind 5.4 pounds, you're going to have to add some weight to the front and weight to the back when you set this bow up for shooting. Now, the competitors for this bow, I just touched on the Dominator. From PSE, it's got a draw stop there, a bit lighter, and you'll see this bow actually falls backwards in my hand when I shoot it. So that means when I put my long 30-inch stabilizer on and I put my rear stabilizer weights on, I actually don't need as much on the rear with the Dominator as I would with the TRG. So that's the PSE Dominator. Price tag about $1,400. This is a special custom black-red. Now both the Dominator and the TRG are both 38 inches axle-axle, both have about the same brace height. The Dominator's just a bit quicker. This is the Hoyt Pro Elite. It's used by a lot of the top competitive target archers. Price tag about $1,600. Not adjustable on the cam. This is the spiral cam. It's a beautifully finished bow. Speed on this is about 311. It's a little bit shorter axle-axle than the TRG. You'll notice the limbs are not parallel, so you can get shock the bow's going to jump forward a bit in the hand. The balance of the bow is actually a lot more weight back than the Dominator. So your rear weights that come backwards are going to need even less with the Hoyt. And as I said, most target shooters add a stack of weight, but for me that tends to hurt my shoulders. So that's the TRG, the competitors. I'll just have a quick shot with TRG. We'll see what it's like, and we'll just have a quick shot with TRG, see what it's like, and then you can go down to the local shop and have a shot. Thank you. I'm here. I've set up the bow to do target shooting with. I fitted to it my stabilizer setup that I use on my Dominator PSE. And what I expected was I'd need more weight on the back of this. But in fact what I've done is I've lowered the stabilizer from the top hole to the bottom hole, and the balance on the bow is actually not bad. It could do with a little bit more weight on the back, but it's pretty good. And once I heal the bow, it'll probably be perfect. So I was pretty comfortable with that. Now, when I first did the intro on this bow, I think I called it TRG8. I don't know why I called it TRG8, because it is marked TRG7 on the riser, just there. And what the TRG7 is 7-inch brace height, and it shoots at 320 feet per second. So same axle specs. There is a TRG8, which is an 8-inch brace height and shoots at 310. That hasn't come in yet. Now, to me, this is what you shoot for target because it's a little bit quicker. Now, when I set this bow up, I fitted a D-loop to it, and I measured the distance from there to the axle, which is 19.5, and the distance from there to the bottom axle, which is 19.5. So this knocking point is dead in the center of the string. Now, what that means with a lot of bows, when you shoot them, there's issues of knock travel, there's issues with cam lean, so there's basically tuning issues with bows. This is dead in the center of the string, you've got the same cams top and bottom, so you should have no tuning issues with this bow whatsoever. Now, one thing I did notice with this bow, on the HDR, I did mention about the distance from this to the string being really close, and you'll see on the top one here, it is like, can you see air? You actually can see air on the top one, but on the bottom one, and I'll zoom in. You can see there is air there, but so when I pull it away from the cam, you can see there's air, but if I let my finger down, I reckon it's touching. So on the bottom of this bow, I think the little plastic circlip is touching. Whether it is and it isn't, whether it creates wear, I honestly can't tell you because I haven't shot this bow. But that is the downside of this bow, that and the physical weight. I'm going to have a shot. Now on this grip, Mathews tend to do a little line down here. It's like a little pointy line for the grip. Now, I assume what that is for, to get your hand in this position to stop talking. So we're going to set this up and have a shot and see how it shoots. One thing, and it's a trivial thing, this string seems a little bit loose on the nock. Strings are generally a standard size. This string, to me, the serving, you'd have to increase the serving a little bit in thickness. It's a minor point, but when you're spending $2,000 on a bow, it's something that should be perfect. Okay. Now, as I draw this bow back, it's peaking, 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 and then it hits valley. Now, it's comfortable. Now if I try to let down a little bit, it's already peaking. So there's basically no valley in this bow. Yes, there's a valley, but it's not a big valley. So it basically drops off and that's it. You can't creep with this bow. If you do creep, you're going to pull down. So you've got to keep pulling with this bow the entire time. So let's just take this shot. Now the bow did not move in my hand. Now as far as bows go that I've shot, and I've pretty much shot all bows, this is the least amount of bow movement I've ever had with a bow when I've shot. So there was no movement. Aiming, and I don't have a scope and all that, and I haven't shot target scores with this. That was the second shot I've shot with this bow. So I can't tell you what sort of score I'd shoot with this bow. I think I'd shoot a good score with this bow. Now the downside for me when I shot this and I gripped it, and I haven't had time to play around with it, was the gripping position on my hand. You tend to hold your knuckles at 45 degrees. I was getting on the inside here, where my thumb goes, it was hurting a bit, and I'm not sure, it's almost like I need that machined out a bit. Inside, just in that part there. Now the other Mathews I've shot, I haven't had this, so, and I'm not sure why, and it might take me a while to determine a hand grip to get this bow shooting so it doesn't hurt my hand. But overall, this bow, you know, if you're looking for a target shooting bow, this is a bow I think will improve your score. It is the most expensive bow ever made, but there is more work on this bow. Mathews have invested a lot in this technology, in the No Cam technology. The finish, like I said, is just, you know, engraving here is beautiful. It's a stunning bow. The downside, as I said, the bottom cable, if that touches, if it creates any wear, I don't know, you know, time will tell. But as a bow to shoot target-wise, this bow will tune well, and I'm sure it'll aim really well. And what aiming means is you'll shoot a big score. So I think you'll see people shoot this bow very soon and shoot big scores with this bow. So get down to the archery shop, check out the Mathews TRG7. I'm Stephen Hann from Archery Supplies. Thank you for watching. Thank you.